Greetings, brave adventurers! My name is FoxyBard, and perhaps some of you remember something that I alluded to a while back. A certain custom homebrew race that I had created that Wizards of the Coast kind of pulled the rug out from under me by making their own version for the bad game. But it's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm not bitter about it. I'm a little bit bitter about it. But that's neither here nor there, because I'm going to present to you today my Pathfinder 1st Edition Slime Girl race. Now, as will become very swiftly clear, slime girls do not all have to be girls. That's just the name that was given to the race as a whole. You can blame the creator for that. So grab a seat around the fire, and I will detail to you how to play your very own slime girl. Created by the slightly insane genius Isalia the Great, slime girls are various oozes given humanoid form and their own sentience. After enough time, they became much like other adventurers, though their appearance can be odd by comparison. Still, they're eager to see the world and meet new people. Because of their nature, slime girls tend towards chaotic alignments, but some have found lawful ideals to be comforting in a strange world. Though slime girls are created in a feminine form, as slimes, they are not tethered to such a form, and as their experience with gender and the world around them grows and expands, they can change their shape and presentation to match the gender they feel themselves to be. Despite their name, slime girls vary in presentation and gender as much as any other race. So, let's dive into slime girls. Now, I originally tried to come up with a race point value for them, but I found that there wasn't actually a very good equivalent to most of their abilities, so I would consider them at around somewhere in the 12 to 15 range. They're sort of on par with, say, Tieflings or Aasimar in terms of power, in my mind. I'm going to go through the standard traits pretty quickly because most of them are very straightforward. So, for their standard racial traits, their ability score modifiers. Slime girls are pretty, pleasant, and tough, but their general sense of things isn't that great. They gain +2 to Constitution, +2 to Charisma, and -2 to Wisdom. For their type, slime girls are humanoids with the ooze subtype. I know that the ooze subtype doesn't exist, but now it does. You're welcome for that. There you go. Slime girls are medium creatures and thus have no bonuses or penalties due to their size. Base speed. Slime girls have a base speed of 30 feet. And for languages, slime girls begin play speaking Common and Slime Speak. Slime girls with a high intelligence scores may choose from any language apart from secret languages. See the linguistic skill page for more information about these languages. All that's pretty standard. They don't seem to be that different from most other races yet, but we'll get there, don't you worry. Now here is where the true character of slime girls starts to come out. They have a defensive racial trait. Slippery, it's an extraordinary ability. Because of the malleable nature of a slime girl's body, she is hard to pin down. Slime girls gain a +1 dodge bonus to their CMD, which is their combat maneuver defense, and a +2 racial bonus on escape artist checks. They also have some special sense racial traits. They have blind sense for 30 feet. And for some other racial traits, I love this one, I think it's so cool. Flexible, an extraordinary ability. Slime girls can squeeze into a space one size category smaller than they are without incurring penalties. Keeping up so far? I hope so, because this is where it starts to get complicated, but also where it starts to get so much more fun. Variable heritages. Slime girls are all based on one type of ooze creature, and their racial traits will change based on which heritage they choose. This must be selected upon character creation and cannot be changed. There are currently 4 of these options available. I am not entirely opposed to making more, but so far there are 4. First up, the Gelatinous Cube. A Gelatinous Slime Girl gets a +5 to their combat maneuver bonus for grapple combat maneuvers only. A number of times per day equal to her Constitution modifier. If a Gelatinous Slime Girl starts her turn grappling an enemy of her size or smaller, she can attempt to consume them. She makes a second grapple attempt at a -5 penalty. If this succeeds, the grappled creature starts to be consumed. It is unable to take any actions except trying to escape, and takes 1d4 points of damage per hit die that the Slime Girl has at the start of its turn. A Gelatinous Slime Girl can only consume a creature for a number of rounds equal to her Constitution modifier, at which point that creature is ejected in a space adjacent to the Slime Girl of her choosing. While a creature is consumed, you may cast a spell with a range of touch targeting it, or make an unarmed attack against it without needing to roll to hit. You may only make 1 unarmed attack per turn in this way, regardless of getting extra attacks from having a higher base attack bonus or from other class features, and all of its damage changes to acid damage. The short version: Gelatinous Slime Girls are better at grappling people, and they can try to eat them. Which, to be fair, that's exactly what a Gelatinous Cube does, which is obviously where I got the inspiration. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, the Ochre Jelly, or is it Ochre Jelly? We're just gonna go with Ochre. An Ochre Slime Girl gains DR 5/bludgeoning. She also gains Electricity Resistance 5. A number of times per day equal to her Constitution modifier. As an immediate action, when struck by an attack that would deal piercing, slashing, or electricity damage, an Ochre Slime Girl may choose to take no damage and split into 2 smaller versions of herself instead. Each split is a small creature with half of the Slime Girl's HP, rounded down, and takes a -4 penalty to Dex and Strength. Only 1 split can cast a spell in a given turn. If either split is knocked unconscious, the other continues to act and does not become her full self again until rejoining. After being split for a number of rounds equal to her Constitution modifier, a Slime Girl must choose 1 of the splits to remain, and the other will fall inert until rejoined with the other. If both splits are reduced to 0 hit points, the Slime Girl cannot take any actions until someone else puts her back together, in which case she reforms with 1 hit point. To rejoin halves, an Ochre Slime Girl must have the 2 splits in contact with each other and spend a move action with both, or just 1 if the other is inert. The number of hit points lost total between the 2 halves is retained by the Slime Girl. This one is kind of fun, but also kind of difficult to track. I don't recommend this one as your first try. Honestly, just using the DR5 bludgeoning and the electricity resistance, that's really good. You could just use that and never do the split, and that's pretty easy, makes it nice and passive. But anyway, this is also what Ochre Jellies do, and that's where I got the inspiration. The next 2 are a bit more simple than the first 2. And you know what, there's actually 5. There's not 4, there's 5, I forgot. Because the 5th one is also kind of complicated. But, the Grey Ooze. A Grey Slime Girl gains a +2 racial bonus to stealth checks. A number of times per day, equal to her Constitution modifier, a Grey Slime Girl can become almost impossible to see. As a move action, she can cast Invisibility on herself that lasts for a number of rounds equal to her Constitution modifier. If she breaks this spell with an attack, she deals bonus acid damage as a rogue's sneak attack ability, using her hit dice as her effective rogue level. This damage stacks if the Slime Girl has sneak attack from other sources. Yeah, this is the one for your rogues. This is what rogues play. A gray slime girl, yeah, you're probably a rogue, or something very similar to a rogue. They'd also make a very good swashbuckler, basically just any Dex character, they'll all work. Now, the next one was the least popular when I playtested these, but I promise you, it's actually pretty good. The Black Pudding. A black slime girl gains a climb speed of 20 feet. A number of times per day equal to her Constitution modifier. As a move action, she can become particularly corrosive for a number of rounds equal to her Constitution modifier. While like this, any enemy striking her in melee must succeed a reflex saving throw with the DC equal to 10 plus the slime girl's con modifier plus the slime girl's total class levels. Upon failure, the striking creature takes 1d4 points of acid damage for every 2 hit dice the slime girl possesses. In addition, if struck with a metal weapon, the weapon takes the same amount of acid damage. Now, this one is better than it looks on its face, I promise you. The 20-foot climb speed alone is pretty huge, but in addition to that, if you just put yourself in the way, make yourself the person that they're going to have to attack eventually, you can just start hurting them for having the gall to attack you. It's a great one for tanks and other classes that tend to draw the ire of a lot of enemies. And now for the last one, and what is absolutely my personal favorite. Sorry, I have a favorite. And this one is also, a little bit complicated. Let's get into it. The Sapphire Ooze. A Sapphire slime girl gains a +1 natural armor bonus to her AC, a number of times per day equal to her Constitution modifier. Are you noticing a theme about Constitution modifiers? Yeah. As a move action, a Sapphire slime girl can detach and use a part of her body to provide protection for an ally. This lasts for a number of rounds equal to her con modifier, at which point it falls inert until rejoined with her body. By incurring penalties based on which body part she chooses to use, the slime girl forms a protective shield on the ally that grants a +2 natural armor bonus to AC. In order to remove these penalties, a Sapphire slime girl must reattach her body part with a move action once she is in contact with it. The penalties listed below indicate the body parts she can sever. Leg. Your movement speed is reduced by 10 feet until your leg is returned. Arm. You can only use a single one-handed weapon or a shield. Spells you cast with somatic components have a 20% failure chance, regardless of the type of spell. Head. You can only take actions while within vision range of your body. If you ever lose line of sight to your body, you lose all actions and are considered flat-footed. Now this one is great. Plus, picture the look on your friend's face when they have no idea that you can do this, and you say, "Here, catch," and you throw your own head to them, and then your face becomes a shield around them. That just sounds like a great time. Ooh, if you remember from one of my older videos, Kaya Wigglebosom, the slime girl samurai that I made, she was a Sapphire Ooze slime girl, and I love her, and I still want to play her sometime, so hey, DMs out there, let me play my slime girls. And there you have it, that's my slime girls. Now, these are free to use for all non-commercial purposes and for personal use. I highly encourage you to approach your DM with this and ask if you can use it. In fact, if you look down in the video description, you'll find a link to a PDF that you are free to download and use for your own games. I am not charging you a cent. Now, slime girls may be a little bit more powerful than the races in the core rulebook, but to be fair, most of what everyone plays these days is, so we're just gonna decide that we're okay with that. As I said, I put them about on par with Azamar in terms of character player power. So please try them out in your games and let me know what you think. In fact, down in the comments section below, tell me which one of the 5 slime girl types you would like to play the most. I'm gonna predict that everybody wants to play a gray because dexterity is just kind of the best stat, so that's what everyone wants to play, is the one that's good for dex builds. I know you. But I love all of them. Not equally, I love Sapphire the most, but I love all of them. But that'll be it for FoxyBard today. Tune in tomorrow for yet more, because I'm insane! And don't forget to like the video if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so, ring the bell notification icon if you would like to be notified every time I upload a new video, and make sure that you select all notifications from the dropdown. Leave me your comments down in the comment section below, and don't forget to join the FoxyBard Discord server at discord.gg/FoxyBard. Now, of course, I have to thank my fabulous, wonderful, incredible patrons over on patreon.com/FoxyBard, whose names are all scrolling by the screen right now. I love them so much. You hear it every time. You know how much I appreciate them, because it's so much. Thank you, my favorite guys, gals, and non-binary pals. But, like I said, tomorrow there's gonna be another video, so that means I should probably get started on that right now. That seems like a definitely good idea. Yeah. So let's douse the fire and get back to our own adventures.